Guys, we are ready to start. The guys that are doing the streaming are ready, so there shouldn't be any more delay. Just somebody who's coordinating the tournament, please. Whoever is in charge, Costello is in charge. Yeah. Costello, please go to table 12. And just make sure all the tables are used so we don't waste time there. Otherwise you're going to be late. Right guys, we are ready. The players, you can start your matches now.
Comment section, microphone check. Testing microphone. Comment section, microphone check. A very good afternoon, dear viewers. Welcome back to Hot Shots in Tonga Town. All right, at the outskirts of the city of Durban in South Africa, alongside the Indian Ocean, on the very edges of the African continent, we are having a 4-man comp that is being organized and sponsored by the venue that is Hot Shots, one of the fondest venues for organizing pool events in KwaZulu-Natal in South Africa. Now the 4 are Aiden, Kelvin, Caesar, and Jerry. And they are playing straight knockout. 4 men competing for 100,000 rands. Winner takes all. Only one of them, between Aiden, between Jerry, between Caesar, and Kelvin, will bag home the money. It will be 3 matches to determine who of them will be taking the money. It will be either Aiden once again, or Caesar, or Jerry, or Kelvin. The rest to determine victory shall be 21. It's pretty much straight semi-finals and straight knockouts and then finals. The 2 matches that are happening are all at the same time. I want to believe that from where you're watching, the main match in the foreground is Aiden versus Kelvin, but also in the background you can have a sneak peek of the match between Caesar and Jerry. I'll, as much as possible, be trying to give you updates from both. It is Aiden donning the color like that looks like, what is it, light blue with white or something with shorts. Then Kelvin donning brown. The 2 players that have faced off twice in the last maybe 3 months, they've faced off actually thrice, with Kelvin having the upper edge, at least in the recent past. This stream is having live feed on Break and Finish Live Facebook as well as Peter Chebe Live YouTube. Both streams are having the same exact commentary, a horizontal YouTube stream, a diagonal Facebook stream, both looking nitty and clear for the good of your eyes, to improve optical nutrition for your Sunday. Aiden Joseph leads against Kelvin by 4 frames to 1 in the other match. That you can, the YouTube stream actually has clear view of both of the matches. The Facebook stream has got at least 3/4 of the view of the match between Caesar and Jerry. 4 frames to 1. It is Aiden leading against Kelvin. To present you this action in audio and video, my name is Simon Peter Chobe, all the way from Kampala, streaming in Durban. Race to 21 for a place in the final. The match between Caesar and and Jerry, has Jerry having a 3 frames to 2 lead. The matches are moving pretty much at the same time. I believe that you'll be having a blastful Sunday from now up to about the next 5 hours, maybe 6, maybe 7. Please charge your phones, maybe keep watching while having your gadget in a power bank, whether it is a phone or a computer. You may need it in a way that you are watching while charging. You also need as much data bundle as possible. You can utilize the weekend bundles. You could easily need a cool 2 to 3 gig simply to watch this up to the end. Now this is Aiden going for a 5th. We have a scoreboard top of the screen. If you're watching on Facebook, it is at the top left. If you're watching on YouTube and on the YouTube stream, the scoreboard on the top right is for the match between Jerry and Caesar, which you are watching in full, and you are having a scoreboard as well in full. Aiden with 4 reds on the table. He's been playing so far much quicker. Maybe he's been longing to have Kelvin in a long race. Last time out that they faced off in a race relatively as long as this, a race to 18, it was at Q Masters in Arusha, after the Q Masters International Comp that was won by Royd, who is Kelvin's international teammate, which Aiden was part of, which Kelvin was part of. The 2 faced off for $1,000 racing to 18, the match that ended 18 frames to 12. Aiden leading. It is the first and only time that they faced off in a money match, but since then they did face off in Harare in Zimbabwe in a cup that was dubbed the PPT, the Patriarchs Pool Tournament. It was won by Caesar, but in the semi-finals of one of the lives, Kelvin beat Aiden by 9 frames to 7 to win the comp. Believe you me, just about 9 days ago, they met in a comp that was organized right here, a 16-man comp at 4 shots where we are. The comp was won by Kelvin. He beat Jerry in the final, in the semi-final. Sorry, the comp was won by Jerry, who beat Kelvin in the final, but to qualify for the final, Kelvin did beat Aiden. Then the following day, there was a 96-man comp that was won by Kelvin. He beat Aiden in the final of one of his lives. That has been 3 times in quick succession with Kelvin defeating Aiden, but it is Aiden that is seeming like starting off the faster player. He has just won a 5th with 1 visit of the table. Aiden 5 and Kelvin 2, Jerry 3 and Caesar 2. You're watching on YouTube, James Speedy. You want me to show you the scores between Kelvin and Aiden? Where you're watching, it is pretty clear. You have two scoreboards. One is on the top left, is for that match. The other is on the top right, it's for the match between Caesar and Jerry. Steven Selane, thank you for watching on the Facebook stream. Same applies to Obakeng Maholo. Busy giving up updates on other games. Thank you very much. Alexander Kachongu. Welcome to Facebook. Just as is John Ndombo. Aiden snookered off the cushion to find the red. Misses the red. Maybe by 1 more centimeter of movement of the cue ball. This will be advantage Kelvin trying to beat Aiden for the 4th time in succession. I have to say I've not seen it whatsoever, seeing Aiden being beaten 4 times by one player. For the time that I've been following pool, I have to confess, if Kelvin does that, I will want to think that he is. And he's one player that has really come of age. Now on the table of big men of African pool, I do remember when Aiden won the tournament that was won in Jerry's in Kelvin's home country, Lusaka. That is 1.5 years ago. In the year that was 2024, the Billiards Cafe Classic, won by Aiden. He beat fellow South African Mzamo in the final. Mandy Mente of South Africa as well was 3rd. In a post-match interview, Aiden was asked which player he thinks is the most promising player on the African continent. Then he did not just say Kelvin, he said definitely Kelvin. That speaks of how highly he regards him. Since then, Kelvin has been becoming better and better and better. He has been finding it hard to win international tournaments, but he has been so many times coming so close. Reached the quarterfinals in that very cup. He won the international competition organized by the ATA at Michana Pub and Grill in Nairobi, beating Caesar in the final. He was 2nd in the Patriarchs Pool tournament, the PPT, just about 2 months ago, after losing out to Caesar in the final. But again, just exactly 7 days ago today, he came victorious in a 96-man open comp that involved players from 4 countries that was organized by Hotshots on this same table where he is anyway. I would fancy that he likes playing on it. And in that tournament, he beat Aiden Joseph in the first live final. He also beat another South African player in the second live final. Kelvin won positions number 1 and 2. But so far, in terms of the scores, he's number 2 out of 2 players, himself and Aiden. But he's now up on the block with 2 options. Maybe try to play the black to the corner pocket, bottom right, maybe play it in between those two reds, off one or two, pot black to the center pocket, goes for the corner pocket and gets the shot completely off target. He wasn't even close to making the pot. A very special person is on the stream watching. Welcome to the feed. My new partner in crime and commentator of all key sports disciplines, hey ball, black ball, 10 ball, everything key sports, Lenyuta Cheti. It was a very proud moment sharing the space, commentating alongside you, learning from you, from your cup of wisdom. One thing that interested me so much that you told me was that the best players from Africa, I believe, are coming from Western Cape in Cape Town. And yes, you pointed to the water near Cape Town. That perhaps is the reason why Western Cape produces a lot of talent, not just in pool, but also majority of the sports discipline. Now, one of the products of Cape Town is this guy, Aiden Joseph, leading by 5 frames to 2. I can already call a 6. The scoreboard keeper flips the scoreboard in his favor. It is now Aiden Joseph 6 and Kelvin Kandu 2. Call it South Africa 6 and Zambia 2.
Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Jerry. Oh, yes, Jerry. Finish. Come on, Jerry.
Professor Bonaparte, thank you for watching.
Come on, Jerry. Come on, Kanda.
And those lovely compliments, Ringo Pool Arena. Reliance, welcome to the stream. And Zen Rain Vibes, you say Aiden is too much for Africa when he really wants to play. For this one, he really wants to play. I just had a discussion with him before the match started. He arrived here about 2 hours ago or so. I asked him, did you have to drive the whole of 8 hours simply to come and participate in this? Because that's the distance between Durban and Johannesburg by road. He said, no, my guy, I had to fly. Really meaning business. Of course, 100,000 rands is very good money. If you are to win that kind of money just by beating 2 players on the same day. My other partner in crime, Machiuze, she calls herself Michelle Chomugisha. She's a member of the Uganda national pool team, but also a very wonderful commentator. She's watching on the YouTube stream the match that is happening between Kelvin and Aiden, also in the background watching the match that is happening between Caesar and Jerry. Those that are watching on YouTube, be advised that the scoreboard on the left is for the match in the foreground between Kelvin and Aiden, where Aiden leads by 6 frames to 2, but also the match in the background is between Jerry and Caesar. It has a scoreboard on the top right which has Jerry lead by 4 frames to 3. Match between Aiden and Kelvin is in its 9th frame. Match between Jerry and Caesar is in its 8th. And the player that will be supported the most in the entire arena will definitely be Jerry. He's the one that will be enjoying a home ground advantage, and of course the home crowd. In fact, the table that is normally used for sessions at the venue has been rejected by 3 of the players, that is Kelvin, Jerry and Caesar, because they said that on that one, because Jerry is a proud son of the soil where we are, they say that he will enjoy advantage over them. Wasso James is asking how much 100,000 rands is in dollars. Kindly do me the favor and Google it. You'll get the answer within a second. Good evening to you. Masendio Cheng. Want to give Caesar what belongs to Caesar, hopefully. With the frame ongoing, the 9th out of a maximum of 41, having Aiden on 7 reds and Jerry on 2 yellows, with Aiden potting and playing the cue ball into a dead red. He's one of the most successful players, not just today, but also in the history of African pool. He became the 2nd player ever to be crowned African champion, also from South Africa, when he won the All Africa Pool Championships in 2023, winning the same comp that he last won the previous year, 2022. He was also losing finalists in 2019 as well as 2014, reaching 4 finals. That's an achievement that only him has gotten. Has also won events in South Africa in Ultimate Pool, in 9-ball and in 10-ball. He's also a very decent Heibo player, having represented South Africa at the World Heibo Championships in China twice. He's coming from Gauteng, Johannesburg, where he's really worshipped. They really love Aiden. But he is born in Western Cape. While joking, he says, in Johannesburg, I am just a visitor, but he's a very adored visitor. 4-3, Jerry up against Caesar. 6-2, Aiden up against Kelvin. How good will the cue ball be for Aiden? Plays into another red. Yes, he does. And into yellow. Off the cushion, right behind the yellow. I want to think it is still portable to the corner pocket bottom right. If we can cheat the pocket a little bit, management of the cue ball will be something different altogether. It looks good. Good it looks. May simply need to roll the last red on the table to the corner pocket top left for him to mark a 7th out of 9. He has done it the hard way, perhaps because it had an angle in which the cue ball would be more natural for the black. When he tapped it with more power, will be sinking the black equally powerfully, like this, just like that. The frame is gone. Aiden 7, Kelvin 2, race to 21. Caesar 4 and Jerry 4, race to 21. The bad news for Kelvin is that he's facing Aiden, who starts off right at the very start in ghost mode. For some reason, he's called the Ghost. I remember after him winning the All Africa Pool Championships in 2000. No, he lost the the All Africa Pool Championships final in 2014 to Ishmael Mtetwa, who was then not only South Africa's but also Africa's best player. He is one guy that really likes sessions, Ishmael. Aiden was a very young man, but he liked sessions equally nice. Those two were playing sessions daily in Johannesburg. And they were agreeing day after day to play session after session. They started off so close, with Ishmael winning many, Aiden winning some, and then Aiden closing in on Ishmael, starting to beat Ishmael now day after day after day. I remember one time when I was watching Ishmael's social platforms, the Facebook account that is called Ishmael Mtetwa. He said, I have accepted, I'm not going to be playing any session against Aiden. That guy is a ghost. Since then, Aiden Joseph has been nicknamed the ghost. It's one of the most famous nicknames of any pool player anywhere in the continent. Another miss by Kelvin, another opportunity for Aiden. He's been having relatively good results in sessions like this. So many times he has been playing against Jerry, with Aiden enjoying the lion's share of the victories. So many times he's been playing against Caesar, with Caesar enjoying the lion's share of the victories. He has only played against Kelvin once, with Aiden being winner. This will be the second time that the two are shooting out, with the worth of 100K at stake for one of four guys whom we are watching. Your guess will be as good as mine for whom that one will be. We can have some chat in the comment section with you giving me a prediction whom you think will not just be winning this match or the one that you're watching in the background, but perhaps who will be winning their 100K all.
Only one, Jerry. Only one, Jerry.
5 frames to 4. Jerry up against Caesar. 9 frames played in that one. 7 frames to 2. Aiden up against Kelvin. The matches are moving at pretty much the same time. Players are likely to have some kind of time break, maybe after 10 frames or so. Only if they are winning anyway. Aiden now wanting to put red to the side pocket bottom, maybe red off red, simply to open up the pocket. Red off another, shot off target. He almost got lucky, but not almost enough. You never know what tomorrow may come up with. There's no program for these guys for tomorrow, but when they are in town, you just never know. Most especially, Aiden really wants to have these guys on table in any kind of way. He really likes just to have the game to play just for the sake of competition, of course with money at stake. I remember when he lost last weekend's comp to Kelvin in the final by 9 frames to 8. Very tough fought match. The following morning, he congratulated Kelvin, saying, man, your game has really improved, you were the winner. But then, the end of the statement on his Facebook account, he said, how about you, Jerry, why don't we play a 40,000 rand money match tonight? And Kelvin responded, I am ready, bro. Long story short, that very evening they were racing to 21 for 40,000 rands. It was 2020 when Jerry broke dry, Aiden finishing the frame and taking home the money. He has also shown willingness to play as many matches as possible with these guys. And has shown as well the willingness to travel all those hundreds of kilometers from Gauteng to KwaZulu-Natal simply to have a piece of them. Race to 21. You even get a feeling that maybe the players who qualify for the final will be a little tired. I just hope that these two semi-finals are as fast as possible, such that we can have both winners of the semi-finals into the final as fresh as they can. I believe they will be having a break of about 25 to 30 minutes and they will be rolling again. Maybe in that break have something to eat which is not so heavy, as well as something to drink, probably something sugary for the energy, and they dance again. Zambia's Kelvin starting off in trouble here. He needs a very, very, very big comeback. He's more than able, but he's not starting in a very bright way. And please be reminded that the very reason that these players are uniting was to participate in the All Africa Q Sports Championships that ended yesterday in the middle of the city, a few dozen kilometers from where we are in Tangat. All Africa Pool Championships, black ball men's singles won by Sean Matthews of South Africa, defeating Harry Houdini Martin in the final. Men's team event won by South Africa, defeating Tanzania in the final. Ladies event won by South Africa, defeating Kenya in the final. The Heibo singles event was won by Zimbabwe's Blessing Muzaruri. Ladies singles event in Heibo was won by Elizabeth Cohen of South Africa, defeating teammate Nicola Razu of South Africa in the final. The tempo in the men was won by Jason Theron, defeating Kyla Kalu in the final. And then the same player, by the way, that Blessing did defeat in the Heibo final. While the 10 ball ladies event was won by Elizabeth Cohen of South Africa after she defeated Joy Villenburg in the final. The black ball singles event in the ladies category was won by Uganda's Rashida Motesi after defeating Kola as well in the final. So Nicola did reach two finals, losing out both of them. Same applies to Kyla Kalu, but it was Elzit, the lady that won the two finals, taking home the gold in ladies 10 ball as well as ladies Heibo. There has been a miss by Aiden. This will go down a very good opportunity for Kelvin to start pulling one back. He really needs that. He really needs opportunities like this. He needs those misses by Aiden. He needs these chances. They represent his only chance of mounting a comeback for the victory. He did have a money match, Kelvin, yesterday against Jerry, racing to 21, which he did win. And if he found a way of winning this match and maybe winning this competition, he will confirm a very successful advent of South Africa. He's played snooker, necessarily so. Jerry 6, Caesar 4, Aiden 7, Kelvin 2. Off cushion, Aiden finds red with power, however doesn't pot. Big moment it is, this one for Kelvin, as though he wants to have a cut into the yellow, put it to the side pocket bottom. The other option is to play it another snooker. A little tap of the cue ball into the yellow, play the cue ball right behind the yellow, make it impossible for Aiden to have sight of the same yellow, but Kelvin seems to be intent on potting instead. Yes, he pots. Cue ball played even better. It was played with too much English on it. After bouncing off the cushion, it just lost pressure. Maintaining perfect white for black. After 10 frames, it is now Kelvin 3 and Aiden 7.
Come on, ladies and gentlemen. I'm a fan to Jeremiah. I'm a chicken like I'll tell you, I can't like him, man.
The atmosphere of the venue will be absolutely deafening here. As on one table it is South Africa versus Zambia, while on another table it is South Africa versus Uganda. For the South African fans at the venue, this is national interests at heart. This is competition, this is rivalry, and yes, this for them is beef. 10 frames played between Kelvin and Jerry. 10 frames played between 10 frames played between Kelvin and Aiden. 10 frames played between Jerry and Caesar. Matches that are flowing, that is both of them at pretty much the same speed. The one between Jerry and Caesar has Jerry lead by 6 frames to 5. The one between Aiden and Kelvin has Aiden enjoying a much bigger lead by 7 frames to 3. It's like Jerry gaining his pattern, gaining his rhythm. He's been a shadow of the player that we know that he can be. The United pool tables on which they are shooting can mean to be very good tables.
Aiden Joseph. Aiden Joseph. Best in the building. Aiden Joseph. Aiden Joseph. The ghost. Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry.
Finish! Jerry, you run now. It's time to run. Run like a train. You don't look like that. Run one way, Jerry. One way. Make it work, make it work, make it work, make it work, Jerry. What? Are you too romantic, Jerry? You're too romantic. Come on, Jerry, man.
Aiden, Joseph. Come on, lads. Best in the business. Best in the business.
By 8 frames to 4, dear viewers, the Ghost is enjoying a lead against Fikoti. By 8 frames to 5, the Bulldozer is leading against the Scorpion. You are watching the Best of African Pool Plus. These are the guys that many people like to watch. The competition that united them did not get to have 2 of them in participation. But now, why I say that the sport is a gift that keeps giving, we finally have them right in front of our eyes. The Ghost on 8, going for 9. Playing top sport cue ball to be played perhaps into the yellow that is in between the reds like that. He has very, very good cue action. That one is a shot that could win him the frame. I just think so. Again, using the yellows of Kelvin to support the movement of the cue ball. Now has to play black backspin. Getting the cue ball closer to some position close to the black and red. The frame is gone away from Kelvin. I want to believe that Jerry will be playing the cue ball off 2 cushions round the black. Off 1, 2 cushions round the black. The rest is a formality. He started in ghost mode. Kelvin starting to fight. The fight is not strong enough for Aiden. The Ghost 8, Fikoti. Sorry, the Ghost 9, Fikoti now 4. Jerry 8, Caesar 5. Thereafter, we will be having the final, guys. The match between Caesar and Jerry is live on Qpixels Photography, Facebook and YouTube. Aiden versus Jerry, break and finish live. Aiden versus Kelvin, break and finish live, Facebook, as well as Peter Chobe live, YouTube. With, I think, close to around 4,000 viewers on the streams combined on Facebook and YouTube. Please come and join us in breaking the internet this particular evening. Thereafter, the finals shall as well be live on Facebook and YouTube as well. And Patricia is around, Keruche. She's giving updates of the action on the Pool Queen Keruche TikTok account. Aiden starting off as the faster player here. Sessions have been a problem for Kelvin against Jerry. While this one is a comp, I'm calling it a session because of the long race. It is not so frequent that you see a comp where the race is 21, and whoever will be winning this competition shall need to win 2 races to 21 in the space of just about 7 hours. And of those 7, the second is just about to be concluded. Aiden to put yellow to the corner pocket, top left, bounce the cue ball off the cushion, move it a little rightwards. He has sight of all 3 yellows left on table. The one in between the 3, perhaps the one that is rightwards of them all, should be the one he will be playing next. There he goes. It looks tricky. He fails to play the cue ball with ease. The yellow that is rightwards of the 2 on table is the one that is portable. A little easier cue ball will be a little tough. Maybe he plays the cue ball with backspin, and naturally then the cue ball has to be played bottomwards, bounce it off the bottom cushion. He may have to avoid any contact between white and red, has to avoid any contact between white and black, such that after bouncing off the cushion with the right spin, it moves rightwards. He may want to put both yellows to the same corner pocket. Instead plays the roll, plays the cue ball a little into the red, but I think he's okay. Now playing with right spin the cue ball to avoid its leftwards movement. He's on target. Can really make the cue ball speak some very good English. After bouncing off the cushion, it just lost power, like it lost pressure, like it was a pressure ball, like Aiden wins another. The ghost is more in business. He's enjoying a 6-frame lead. Aiden Joseph 10, Kelvin Fikoti 4.
I do. Mix it.
Walk in the Bible here if you have to walk in the Bible. Walk the wall. Come on, like. Okay,
Come on, Jenny, man.
look back here. Don't look back here.
Come on, man. You don't think you can click it off the back? Short man.
Come on, this is your son.
Come, let's play. Where? You waste my time.
I think you need to catch it. Make sure they're playing it so much. After that, give a drop. You don't even need to go to win. One kelvin and 2 kelvin. I'm so confused. I'm thinking the whole place is all. Yeah.
Now this is frame number 15. For whatever reason, they were free to have taken their time break after 10 frames, but they were still strong after the 14th. Kelvin may have thought that I've had enough, I need this time break. And I know that for him, for most of the time breaks, he just takes Coca-Cola for just more energy. He's a better player than what we are seeing so far. It's just that he has started off playing against a ghost, and I'm speaking of Aiden Joseph. Starting off in ghost mode. You understand what I say, ghost mode? Sometimes he just plays on the table, plays consecutive frames, making it seem like he's simply playing against himself. Aiden has a very good record in money matches in comparison to Caesar. In fact, of these four guys in these 4 matches, it is a trilogy of Jerry and Aiden and Caesar that normally take on one another against themselves the most, with Aiden having the lion's share of victories against Caesar. Sorry, Aiden has the lion's share of victories against Jerry. Then Caesar having the lion's share of victories against Aiden. And then Jerry has the lion's share of victories in money matches against Caesar. That is some kind of trilogy in which money just rotates around both of these guys. It's like Caesar eats Aiden's money, and then Aiden eats Jerry's money, and then Jerry eats Caesar's money. Not for all of the time. And I'm just speaking of money matches sessions only. As for comps, between 2020 and 2023, perhaps up to 2024,
Guys, we're closing in. 5,000 rand call.
Aiden was hugely dominant against them. Of late, for the last 1.5 years, Caesar has been way dominant,
The guys who paid 100 rand.
being the most successful player on the continent, most especially for the year that was 2025 last year. He won 3 international competitions. That is Q Masters, Arusha, Tanzania, Billiards Cafe, Lusaka, and PPT Harare, the same year that he became Uganda's national champion. All those in the space of just 1 month. As for Aiden, he has been Mr. Consistent between the years that were 2014 up to present date, 12 years, and still going strong. Caesar having come to the limelight just around 2022. Jerry just around 20, perhaps 19, when he was recognized as a top player.
Come and call it your 50
Frame number 15, right on timing, could go the way of the ghost. He needs 2 yellows to put. One of them is so obvious. Cue ball remaining at the same spot where there is the yellow. Rolling the last yellow on the table to the corner pocket, top left. Again, cue ball to remain the same spot where there is the yellow. The rest is a formality. 15 frames played. Kelvin 4, Aiden 11, 16 frames played, Jerry 9, Caesar 7.
Guys, we're doing the final re-entries here. Those who play in the fight and comp, you got to enter at 50 rand, the re-entries. Only those who played in the first round, if you re-enter, it's 50 rand. We're going to do a final draw, and that's it.
There is a relatively long distance between the city of Durban, that is the city center of Durban, and Tongat town, which is part of Durban, but just on the outskirts of the city. But the majority of the players, that's the two players that participated in the All Africa Pool Championships, are right here to support fellow players. The team from Kenya, team from Zambia, of course, team from South Africa, team from Eswatini, team from Uganda, of course, one of them besides the other being a player, team from Zimbabwe at the venue, and as well as fans who normally frequent the venue. Some of the noise you can hear in the background is for the most popular player at the arena. He's called Jerry because he's enjoying now a 10 frames to 7 against Caesar. His fellow countryman Aiden leading even bigger by 11 frames to 4 against Kelvin. The match between Caesar and Jerry is having timeout. The match between Aiden and Kelvin is just having timing. Starting to point to something of South Africa versus South Africa in the final. If both Aiden and Jerry maintain leads respectively against Kelvin and Caesar.
Guys, it's the last call for the 5,000 rand comp. Re-entries are 50 rand. Anybody new entries for 100 rand. We're closing entries in 5 minutes.
By there is a comp and a routine comp that is happening at the venue. That one doesn't exactly have the top players from South Africa, but yes, it does have very decent players. Even the majority of the players at the venue who make up national teams from respective countries are not invited to participate. Besides one, that is a lady, she's called Rashid Motes. In fact, for the final, I will be doing one stream. If it does come and that other comp has its final, I could do the second stream on it as well. They need the publicity equally. There is a foul by Kelvin, very unfortunate. Maybe it is a shot that is some kind of summary of what his match has been so far. Things have not really been happening his way. Even when he has been having very decent chances, sometimes he has not been very able to utilize. He knows that given the level of play of Aiden, given the fact he's committing unforced errors, it may not be his way. But maybe even Aiden has as well been kind to Kelvin, responding to miss with another miss of Aiden's own. Kelvin now having tight black. Maybe the would be best option is try to bank it off the top cushion into the corner pocket bottom right. Maybe have a sharp cut on the black to the corner pocket top right. Goes for the bank, misses the shot. Advantage Aiden. He really has very good cue control, Aiden. to the same pocket. He's potting 3 reds simply by playing 2 back spins. He may now need to play top spin, allow the cue ball bounce off the cushion, but with big spin on it, not exactly big spin. May have to put the red that is in the middle of the 3 first. He's calling the shot. He's controlling the frame. He's using pretty much the same skill to manipulate cue ball for the last 3 balls on the table. His intention is to put red to the side pocket bottom. May have to have some more neat control of the cue ball for the next. Cue ball has moved a little too distant from the black. You do fancy that Aiden will be putting the black nonetheless. Well, he seems not content on the kind of cue ball he has. Of course, he's making it a little bit more difficult. You fancy that he will recover. Anyways, Aiden versus the black for 12 for closeness to the victory. The pot is on. Cue ball safe. Aiden 12, Kelvin 4. Yes, to 21 for a place in the final to take on the winner of the match between Jerry and Caesar, in which Jerry leads by 10 frames to 7. In frame number 17, the break is dry by Aiden. Anybody will be saying, come on, Kelvin.
Right, guys, we are doing the draws for the 5,000 rand. We have no more entries left. No more re-entries. You got 30 seconds.
There is 5,000 runs to be won in the comp that is happening between the players that are not exactly international players from their countries. It will be good money for whoever, but yet another unforced error from Kelvin. That is how his match has been happening mostly. If the playing level of the Zambian continues in this kind of mode, he is surely fighting a lost battle. It was quite early at the venue, Kelvin. He had time to fill the table. It is the same table where he won a comp exactly 7 days ago. It is the same table where he beat Aiden to take home the money. If I'm not mistaken, that was 20,000 runs. Also the same brand of table on which he beat Jerry just hours ago, yesterday night.
Vinolan, Victor.
12 frames to 4. The ghost is going for a 13th. His partner in crime, Pilani Mazambani, is missing in action at the venue. Maybe Aiden is answering the questions that he doesn't win because of Pilar's support. He wins because of his own qualities. Cable has moved a little bit to the distance than he would have fathomed. Can still play into either of the reds, playing the one that is in the middle of the 3 to the side pocket top. Sinks it in, plays the cue ball into the black. The red closest to the cue ball can now be played either into the center pocket left or corner pocket top right. Sorry, bottom right. He may want to play the cue ball by sharp cut into the side pocket bottom and then play the cue ball into the yellow that is close to the second red. That could be the option. Maybe avoid the yellow and have the cue ball bounce off the right cushion just like that into another yellow. Cue ball is lost. Aiden loses his pattern. This will be advantage Kelvin, and this Aiden produces something quite special, quite unique here. Of course he can. With many of you in the comment section seeming to claim that Kelvin is fatigued. and it's normal for Kelvin to walk over him. You say so. Vin King watching on Break and Finish Live Facebook. How good will Aiden do here? I'm not even certain. Maybe cut the red into the corner pocket. It was always going to be very difficult. Another chance comes begging for Kelvin.
Thank you, Bo. I'm Ryan. That's too much, Sani. That's too much, Sani. That's the 1 and 2, and it's this very value, Sani. It's this very value, Sani. It's this very value, Sani. Where they all know your name. It's this very value, Sani. You own it. You own it, boy. Come, boy. Come, boy. It's this very venue that you own, Sani. We are here, boy. Come, boy. They all know your name. Now remind them again. Remind them, Sani. Remind them. They look good on photos, Sani. Keep them like that.
This one will be a fifth. Also, Kelvin being reminded by his fans who are quite in some good numbers here, that you can still make it, guy, but he needs the biggest fight of his life even to stand a chance. It will be absolutely difficult for him to win 17 before Aiden wins 9. But you never know if he is to win 17. This one will be the first. Kelvin 5, Aiden 12, Jerry 10, Caesar 7. Race to 21 for the final for 100,000 runs. Frame 18 broken by Kelvin, hits into the second red, gets one yellow in. Of course he's going to be going for the yellows for the fact that he has one of them to pot, for the fact that two of them are packed in their respective corner pockets, that is bottom left and side bottom. And the tables on which the action is are United King, widely known throughout the SADC region as the best tables on which to play the sport. Africa is such a black ball nation, a black ball continent, sorry, most especially sub-Saharan Africa. Even here in South Africa, where there is 10 ball, black ball, snooker, high ball, 9 ball, name it, black ball is still more popular. And it is the red ribbon event, like you saw even at the All Africa Pool Championships that were concluded yesterday. It is black ball in the singles, in the ladies and men's, which was played last. Of course, as organizer, you save your best for the very last. Now the last shot by Kelvin has been a miss. As Aiden gets a chance that I didn't see coming, that he will be visiting the table in this ongoing frame again. There he is, Aiden. Every time a player is intent on going for the frame, I personally just make a look at which ball will give him maybe the kind of problem. Look at the 3 yellows that are there, 3 reds that have a yellow between them at the left end of the table. Aiden will be playing while having those in mind. The reason He has manipulated cue ball the way he has, leaving a cut between red and white, such that if he plays top spin, perhaps he plays the white into those 2 or 3 reds. He has played the cue ball just close to them, and the one that is rightwards of the 2 perhaps is portable to the corner pocket bottom right. With the backspin, playing the cue ball into another red. Beautiful cueing, beautiful stroking in what is looking like a beautiful clearance from the gift. Another backspin. The cue ball is natural for the last red at the table, which just momentarily ago played the cue ball into. Now the red is passable in between yellow and cushion to the corner pocket top left. He puts the ball. Cue ball for the black is just as good, and he's playing black, and he's putting it, and he's extending lead, and yes he does. Aiden 13, Kelvin 5, race to 21. It is starting to become highly unlikely that difficulty will mount a comeback. Yes, in sports you can never say never. Once again, 13-5, Kelvin down, 10-7, Jerry up against Caesar. Kelvin with yet another chance. It's just 5 times during the entire match that he has been utilizing chances like this. The only frames that he has been winning in this match, at least so far. I have to say that the last time I saw Aiden giving away a relatively big lead was just 4 frames when he battled against Caesar in Nairobi. At one time, Aiden leading by 20 frames to 17. Caesar winning the last 4 to take home the $4,000 US at Michana Pub and Grill. Every time that Aiden leads, every time the lead grows this big, a gap of 5 frames, he has never ever been losing. If he did today, that will be the first time that this will be happening. Here is Kelvin, ladies and gentlemen. This one should be a 6 for him, amid support from Zambian players and fans at the venue.
Make it work. Jeremiah! Come on to the side.
Should be him finishing off this one with top spin cue ball bouncing off the right cushion, wanting to put the last red to the same corner pocket he has just spotted the previous. Now to simply roll cue ball again following the red off cushion. The rest is a formality.
The national team of South Africa, they always go
13-6, Jerry up. Aiden up against Kelvin. 10-7, Jerry up against Caesar.
Come on, Jerry, come on, you cannot cancel right. You cannot cancel right.
Maybe it is starting to seem like Kelvin's level of play is growing higher. Frame number 19, perhaps frame number 20 it is. is the best break that he has gotten so far. Getting to pot one red, then set two at respective corner pockets. The other four are positioned in perfect space, and he has a lot of options. If he doesn't win this frame, he will really have himself to blame. There he goes. Clear break and finish. Unfolding for Kelvin live on break and finish. Put the red that is close to the cue ball with a little backspin, just a little, into the black. Now all he needs is to pot with top spin, avoid the snooker of the cue ball right behind the yellow, and does so brilliantly. And will be potting the black to the corner pocket bottom right. This will represent his 7th. It is Zambia 7 and South Africa 13, perhaps Zambia. Yes, it is for Kelvin, and South Africa for Aiden. It's now 10 frames to 8. Jerry leading against Caesar, but the one that you're watching in the foreground has an even bigger lead, but has been going a little smaller because, yes, Jerry has won 2 frames in a row for what was the very first time in the match. Aiden will want to respond to apple with apple because Kelvin won the previous frame with the apple. Aiden wants to do exactly the same as he closes the table, playing the reds. He has, however, played the cue ball into one red, which he has played into the cushion, rendering it dead. That is the red. That is frozen. That is closest, sorry, to the cue ball. A big community of Tonga faithfuls watching this place. These people do love their cue sport. Members of the Indian community around. And in general, pool lovers. They only watch Aiden online for most of the time. But once in a while, maybe once or twice in a year, he does come to Hot Shots. And for this time, he has traveled to the city of Tonga twice within the space of perhaps 10 days, because he just played 2 comps last week, winning none, being in the final of one and in the semi-final of another. This one will be him trying to bank the last red into the center pocket top in what could be a response to apple with the apple. The bank has been missed, and to make it worse, he has fouled. In the process, this will be advantage Kelvin. He may win a 3rd frame in a row here. He may get another frame closer to Aiden. He may lessen the gap to 5 frames here. And guys, it is possible.
Mo and Naresh, who won the game? Mo and Naresh.
Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Mr. Cool.
For a few shots, Kelvin decides to play Aiden's red relatively late. As the lead for Jerry against Caesar grows in the background. Jerry leading by 11 frames to 8. After 21 frames, it is the 21st frame in the other match as Kelvin is down by 13 frames against Aiden. And after playing Aiden's red dead, you fancy that Jerry is going for nothing but clearance and proving that he will. We don't want to pot, draw the cue ball backwards off the cushion, just like that. As long as it sinks in the would-be bad of 2 yellows on the table, the frame will be done. And we'll have now to put it with another little backspin. Cue ball to move a little backwards. Black to be potted to the side pocket top. This is the best now of Kelvin for the last 10 to 15 minutes. We are seeing the best of him and we'll be winning yet another with yet another single visit of the table. Kelvin Fikoti 8, Aiden Joseph 13 in a race to 21. And unfortunately for Zambia, unfortunately for Kelvin, there is a scratch on the break in frame number 22. What is haunting Kelvin is not that he's playing any bad now. It's just the lead that Aiden set up about 1 hour ago, which is a little too big. Because these things like scratching on the break in the match, you will see them. However good, they will be breaking maybe once, maybe twice, maybe thrice. Sometimes you just don't let your opponent set up a big lead, most especially your opponent being Aiden. There is the miss. It was a free shot. In consequence, it does leave an open table. It would have been open, the table, even though he had potted anyway. But for the fact that he has not potted, for the fact that he hasn't played the cue ball well into the dead yellows and reds, I want to believe that Kelvin will be fancying his chances of playing at least in the same frame again.
Right, guys, we're doing the draws here. Can we have 2 witnesses? Come on.
Too strong is that. Too strong. Yes, we are Africa.
As for Kelvin, having some good crowd supporting him, most especially members of the Zambian team that are at the venue. As for Aiden, of course, he's the home guy. The majority of the fans at the venue, being South African, are supporting him. But they are even more supporting Jerry because he's just not South African, he's Durban born. Caesar has some fans of his, like he has made us used to. Everywhere he goes, he finds fans there. He has just won a frame in the background that has 20 frames being played, having been played between himself and Jerry leading by 11 frames to 9. While after 21 frames between Aiden and Kelvin, it is 13 frames to 8. Aiden in the lead. 100k runs
Table 1,
to play for.
Pito and Imbokolo.
Winner takes all kind of thing. I think it is just over 3,000 US dollars. Once again, winner takes all. The second at maximum will be getting a handshake from the organizer. Nothing more than a handshake.
Table number 9, Joel and Castello.
Here comes Kelvin, ladies and gentlemen.
Table 10,
He needs all the quality that saw him won last week's 96 man taking positions number 1 and 2. He needs the quality that saw him win
Table 11,
4,000 US dollars after coming second in the Patriots Pool tournament. The same quality that has seen him amongst the most consistent players on the continent for the last 3 years, reaching almost every international competition that has been organized of late.
and Natty.
And those include Queens, Bulawayo. Last year, 2025, those include Billiards Cafe, Lusaka. Late last year, where he came third. But again, he has had a very, very big and very unexpected miss and a very good opportunity to his opponent, that is Aiden, who goes for the long range shot, which he gets in, in which case bounces the cue ball off the cushion and moves it as close can be. The 2 yellows that are the left side of the table, putting one that is closest to the corner pocket now with the little back spin and off the cushion and into position, and the rest is a formality.
No one doesn't let you do it like this. Come on, like you, man. Have you seen the kid machine? Come on, Kanakanda man.
He has made it look a little difficult, but he was never ever going to miss from that kind of range. Cue ball is safe, don't worry, Aiden fans. Aiden increases his lead. It is 14 frames to 8. He's starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel. He needs to win 7. His opponent 12 out of the remaining 18.
Come on, we grab it back, Jerry. We grab it back. We don't take it. We don't take what belongs to us. We grab it. Yes. We don't take what belongs to us, Jerry. We grab it. We don't care. We don't beg. Yes, sir. We don't beg, like him, man.
The South Africans are having a field day here. Just after Aiden increases his lead, he gets to break and makes a ball and goes for the reds, which are better looking off the balls on the table, and gets to close the table. Plays the cue ball into another red, renders the table even more split, makes it more likely that frame number 23 will as well be won by himself by green apple. There he is. 12 to 9 up from Jerry over Caesar. 14 to 8 up for Aiden over Kelvin. I'm sorry guys, I did make a wrong interpretation. It is 6,000 US dollars that the winner is taking. That's the equivalent of 40,000 South African rands. This one will be the quickest frame of them all in the match. Aiden will be spinning the cue ball just a little backwards. He wants to put red and black to the same corner, put it to bottom left, just like that. Aiden 15, Kelvin 8.
Now it's your time,
What's up, people? Come on, drive. Come on, drive. Come on, drive. Hey, come on. Come on, drive. Come on, drive. Come on, drive. Come on, drive. Come on, drive.
It's a very noisy atmosphere now. Understandably so, that the home fans are anticipating what exactly they wanted. They hope that it will be an all South African final, which is seeming like it will, because Jerry has extended his lead to 4 frames over Caesar for the first time in the match, as he leads by 13 frames to 9, while Aiden's lead is even bigger by 15 frames to 8 against Kelvin. The beauty is the balance of power, of play, in the 2 matches that are going at pretty much the same speed. Not one of those times when one match is in the 10th frame and the other one is in the 15th, when they all started at the same time. We are having the match between Jerry and Caesar in its 23rd frame. The match between Aiden and Kelvin in its 24th. And the match between Jerry and Caesar had longer timeout, which is testament that the matches are flowing at the same speed. But there isn't equal speed of errors between Aiden and Kelvin, because every time Kelvin seems to be getting closer to Aiden, he commits yet another error and grants yet another opportunity to Aiden to finish yet another frame. Another one has come begging. That was cool of him, simply avoiding to hot the cue ball. He needs a big shot here. Play with power, put to the corner, put it to the bottom left, cue ball off the cushions into another yellow. He actually avoids it. At pretty much the same time, the South Africans could be winning 2 frames on 2 tables. In the background, Jerry Potts. In the foreground, Aiden Potts. Now onto the black. They are just chanting the word. The cool finish from Aiden and Jerry. The Ghost on 16, Kelvin on 8, Jerry on 14, Caesar on 9. Race to 21 for 40,000 rands. It's starting to seem like he's fighting a losing battle, Kelvin. He must win consecutive frames. The number of frames that Aiden needs to take the victory can now be counted on one hand. It is just 5. As for Jerry, it is a very long journey back, needing to win 13 out of the remaining 17 at very maximum. Jerry has just established a 5-point gap on Caesar. Likely that we could be having an all South African final. And whatever Aiden is touching is just turning into goals. When he makes an opening, the balls clear up for him to make yet another clearance. This could be yet another. Friends like this, he normally wins with ease. Aiden. To play backspin here. Cue ball plays the red away to create space for the ghosts to pot the yellows with ease. With now 3 yellows left on the table, for him to put 1 to the center pocket top. Cue ball moves rightwards off the right cushion, and there we go. You may again need to play the cue ball into the red, maybe draw it backwards into space to avoid contact with the reds. He can mean to be a very intricate player. Now top spin with the right direction, and just like that, he does it so effortlessly. Makes it look so easy on the eye. It is not. Aiden 17, Kelvin 8, race to 21. One thing I'm learning of South Africa in distinction to other African countries, here the sport is such a family sport. Players were with their families yesterday at the All Africa Pool Championships. Here Jerry is with his better half, giving him all the moral support.
Come on again!
I also saw Harry getting blessings from his daughter just before the men's singles final. And the other players for South Africa were having family members, including natural family as well as spouses, blessing them before key matches. Have to speak about it because it is the competition that has united these players in order for them to give us this entertainment. Anyways, special thanks to the All Africa Pool Association for gathering 12 players in competition, for 12 countries in competition for the very first time, from Eswatini to Zimbabwe to Zambia to Uganda to Kenya to Tanzania, of course to South Africa to Zimbabwe, represented by individuals and teams in hay ball, in black ball, in 10 ball, and having new winners almost for all the disciplines besides the team events in black ball that are still South Africa dominated. There also saw some history being set, some records being broken. Marina Jacobs becoming the first person to win 2 singles events in the AAPL. Actually, the second lady, also from South Africa, to win 2 singles events for the first time in an event, as she won the ladies 10 ball singles as well as hay ball, replicating what Nicola did in 2019, winning the ladies black ball singles as well as the hay ball singles. Also, it was perhaps the first time that the defending champions in the ladies singles black ball as well as the singles black ball did not get a chance to defend their titles as they were missing in action. For the ladies, Marina opting out of black ball, and for the men, Aiden not part of the South Africa team. We are having him as part of the 4-man comp. However, a comp in which he leads by 17 frames to 8 against Kelvin, who looks to be set to be winning a 9. He really does need to start winning frames here. The lead by his opponent is so big. When you are Kelvin, when you are a fan of Kelvin, when you are Kelvin himself, you don't want to let Aiden win yet another frame. Don't let him to need to win 1 or 2. It will be close to impossible that he will be winning the match. Kelvin here is demonstrating his actual prowess, finishing the frame, playing perfect cue ball controlling skills, and winning yet another. Again, almost at the same time, frames were finished in the background. Jerry leading by 15 frames to 10 against Caesar in the foreground. Kelvin down by 17 frames against Aiden. Both matches race to 21. The winners taking on each other in the 4,000 runs event in about 30 minutes from the end of play. Once again, Aiden 17 and Kelvin Special thanks for watching on the Facebook stream, Ruben Harvey, updating us on the scores on the other match in the background. It's also live on Q-Pixels Photography. Just by the way, Hamilton and Kadimeng, you say Aiden will be counting upwards to his victory. Okay, Milton, it's okay. You say if Fikoti wants easy money, he must play against Caesar. You never know. What if Caesar makes a comeback? What if Kelvin makes a comeback? What if they meet against each other in the final? Never say never, guy. This morning, my Bitsele, thank you for watching. You say Jerry doesn't stand a chance because of the 100,000 at stake. Right, Hamilton, Kadimeng, Tabiso, Nyepesi, you are complaining of the network on the Facebook streams. Guys, I may not want to agree with you because I'm watching the stream on another phone and it is just flawless. Maybe it is on your side. Awaga Chune asking about the score on the Facebook stream. It is on this. Scoreboard is on the top of the screen. The 17 in red for Aiden, the 9 on right for Kelvin. Tando, Kada, thank you as well for watching on the Facebook stream. Just as usual, Rachel Mbewe Medlau watching on the YouTube stream, but following more the match in the background between Caesar and Jerry, saying make sure Caesar, your player still needs to win 4 to catch up with Jerry because he has pulled one bucket. Is Caesar 11 and Jerry 15. Mugisha Nathan, thank you for watching. Dr. Parsons, you noticed something with Caesar. You say every time he plays in South Africa he's not free at all. Not really, actually. One of the first time that he ever made a tour of South Africa, which was 2023, right after the Upper Games. I think he played 4 matches against South African players and won all 4. They were top players, including the guy that is leading against Kelvin. Peter Mwamba supporting Kelvin. Thomas, thank you for watching from South Africa. You are asking if it is sponsored. Just know that there is there is $6,000 US. Let me not mention rand because they are confusing me. $6,000 for the winner takes it all. The second will be given a big thank you for playing with a handshake, but nothing will come along with it. So if your horse wins, you may as well call them tomorrow to take you out for lunch. Kalema Michael, wondering what is happening wrong with Kelvin's pattern on the YouTube stream, with Made Next to reminding us that it's 4 frames to go for Aiden. And Julius Bix greeting us, thank you for watching. Teba Hospitale, thank you for watching 2 matches on 1 stream. You are thanking me, I also thank you for watching, my guy. The foreground has Jerry lead 15 frames to 11 against Caesar. Like you can watch, he's playing black in what will be him winning perhaps 2 frames for the first time in a long while. And he does. He has a few fans supporting him, of course led by Mr. Cubes, who was his manager before joining the ATA, and he was always turning tables every time Caesar is in the country of South Africa. He makes sure that he has action when he's at the venue, and he's a big reason as to why Caesar's participation in this event is possible anyway. Also Caesar's international teammate Rashida, who is simply clapping for Caesar winning a frame. As for Kelvin, almost the entire Zambian team. As for Aiden and Jerry, the entire crowd, besides the players from respective countries, are simply rooting for them. This is one of them, Kelvin, with yet another chance. His cheerleading is led by a Zimbabwean called Mjuda. He's a very, very staunch fan of Kelvin. I know him as Kelvin's #1 fan. Thank you, Namibia, for joining the stream. That is Krog Kerambi. Nathan Mogisha thinks Caesar will win this one. Which match do you think? Which do you say he will win? Is it the match ongoing or the comp itself? Hausen Republic, thank you for watching. And Sataya, you got the humor of the first runner-up watching from Kenya in Nairobi. I know that you are referring to the ladies Black Boy event when Kenya's ladies produced their best ever competition after participating in the AAPA for all these years. Also, by the way, one of Kenya's players in the ladies event, that is Penny Nanjoki, was named one of the tournament's best players in the ladies team category after Joy Velenbo in South Africa was the overall MVP. For the men's team Black Boy event, it was South Africa's Harry Houdini who was named most valuable player in the team event. But here, it is Kelvin winning yet another. For the first time in the match, he has gotten his scores into double figures. Aiden Joseph 17, Kelvin Fikoti 10, Jeremiah Naido 15, Caesar Chandiga 12, rest to 21. The speed is pretty much the same on both tables. After starting at the same time, they have all played 27 frames.
Table number 16. Bacon.
We can do this. No matter what the circumstances are, the haters can say whatever they want. This is our Caesar is our champion. China is
Bacon. Where's Bacon?
Yes, boy. Yes, boy. You know,
Table 11, more and nifty. Table 11, more and nifty.
Go by phone. Go by phone. Keep time.
I love the bravery of Kelvin. He's wearing the face and having the body language of someone that believes that he can come back and defeat Aiden again in his own backyard. In the meantime, in the background, Caesar has won 3 frames for the first time in a row in the match. He is down still, but Jerry is leading by 15 frames to 13. While you are watching, Aiden right on the red, sorry. Now, the irony of this match is the position of the black, packed at the corner pocket top right, which has Aiden's red right behind it. He can put all of them 3 yellows on the table, but the one that is 3 reds, the one that is close to the black, your guess is as good as mine, and perhaps he may have to manipulate something where he can put both red and black in the same shot. We'll wait for that. How possible it will be. We may be headed for a moment of magic. Aiden will be playing 1 shot, which will determine whether he will be winning or losing the frame. It is that simple. And I will want to guess that he may want to play the red that is looking at not to pot it. Maybe manipulate it to a position where he will just roll the cue ball into the last red, which is close to the black, such that the cue ball remains tapping onto the red, such that both red and black can go in. But first he must get it to a favorable position. How good can that position be? We wait to see. He puts the cue ball instead. He doesn't put the cue ball. It is bigly unfavorable now. This will be absolutely tricky because once he places the cue ball into the red, it slides off the black. Potting them both is almost close to impossible. He's using big power to combine red into black. My goodness! Ladies and gentlemen, for some reason, this guy is one of the greatest players on the African continent ever to touch a cue stick. It is just 1 shot that defines greatness. 1 shot that defines good players from excellent players. The ghost is in business. Aiden Joseph, 18, Kelvin Fikoti, 10.
Come on, bro. Yes, it's too late. It's too late to play. No more time for game. No more time for game. Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry, man. Let's go. Come on, Jerry, man. Come on, John. Come on, Jerry, man. Oh, there's only one more. Come on, Jerry. Come on, Jerry, man.
Before I could even take a breather from what I have just witnessed Aiden doing in 1 frame, playing one of the best shots that I've seen this year. He comes back onto the table and wins yet another frame. Now, those that are watching on the YouTube stream, I am very sorry you missed that shot. I'll be sharing it with you after this match has ended, because the Facebook stream has been recording it as well, and the Facebookers have enjoyed it even better. 19 frames to 10. The Ghost is up against Fikoti. $15 frames to 13. Jerry up against Caesar. 19 frames to 10. Aiden on the hill, on the verge of making it into the final of the 4-man comp that is happening at Hot Shots in Tongat, Durban, South Africa. And in the background, Jerry has to be absolutely careful because Caesar started out playing him 4 frames in a row won by the Scorpion. That's why there is a lot more silence at the venue, while the foreground still has Aiden as an overwhelming favorite, at least to make it into the final to take on either Jerry or Caesar. $6,000 for one of these players. For now, I can say without fear or favor that it will highly unlikely be Kelvin.
Come on, Jerry.
How good will this shot be? Almost better from Kelvin, but again, almost sometimes it's just not good enough.
Yes, you're right.
I've been having some issue with audio output and the YouTube stream. I hope that it's now sorted, guys.
You are the
Aiden needs just one, and his fans are now starting to chant one more, the famous song of the fans, while in the background there is a tie. Caesar 15 and Jerry 15.
Victor and Amit, on table number 9. Victor and Amit. Amit here?
Come on!
Come on, Aiden. Come on, Aiden. Come on, Aiden.
Guys, we could have already watched the last participation of Kelvin in this competition, because it looks like Aiden is just one big shot away from the victory. And there we are. Celebrate Cape Town, celebrate Joburg, as Aiden makes it into the final. He has defeated Kelvin relatively convincingly with the score of 10 frames in comparison to 21. There has been one good player and a much better player in the race. Final score, Aiden 21 and Kelvin 10. We are going to flip the camera so as to watch the rest of the match between Kelvin and Jerry.
Come on, Jerry!
The whole game.
Make it
boy. Come on. We need this one, Jerry. Come on, Jerry.
One ball, every this one, Jerry. One ball, Jerry. Come on, make it work, make it work. One by one, Jerry. One by one. Come on, Jerry. We keep up and we get it back. Such a very break. Every break, like every break. Man. Get it back, Jerry. Make sure that you win. Give this back to me. Do it for me, man.
So, what ball? Keep right!
And dear viewers, we are having Caesar Chandiga and Jeremiah Naido drawing 16 frames to 16. They are racing to 21 in this hot shots $6,000 US 4-man comp, with the first player to 21 having the prize of Aiden Joseph as an opponent in the final. They are part of the 4 players that are participating on invitation basis, all invited by Hot Shots. We are having drama, we are having tightness, we are having competition, and we are having timeout for Jerry. For now, Caesar Chandiga 16, Jeremiah Naido 16, race to 21 to face Aiden in the final.
But we can drink it.
Mike. Costello. Mike or Costello.
It's okay, it's acceptable. Make it work, make it work, make it work, make it work. Come on, really, man.
Amit, guys, you're looking for Amit. Is he in the house? He's gone.
Come on, make it work, make it work, make it work, make it work.
Mashisha and Parker, take number one. Mashisha and Parker, take number one.
Make your pen light. Make your pen light, Jerry. Make it work, make it work, make it work.
You also suffer. The chair itself, the chair too.
Mashisha and Parker on table number one.
In this one, once again, dear viewers, it cannot be any closer than 16 frames to 16. It cannot be closer than a race to 21, officially turning into a race to 5. You are watching two players that have taken each other on a lot of times, maybe 14, maybe 15 or something, maybe even 20 when you combine sessions and competitions. Jerry and Caesar have really taken on each other so many times in so many countries, in Uganda, here in South Africa, in Kenya, in Tanzania, with results being shared between the two almost equally. Now this match has not had Caesar leading at all, maybe until besides the very start that it was, besides when it was starting. It is at the business end of the race, and yet the Scorpion from Uganda leads now by 17 frames to 16 against the Bulldozer from South Africa. Be mindful of a race to 15 that they play for $1,000 in Bulawayo. In 2023, the year was 16 frames to 13. It was Jerry that won. Be wary of two money matches that were played at Q Masters in Tanzania in 2023, even earlier in there, with Jerry winning the match on day one which was a race to 21, which he won by 21 frames to 20. The following day, they rematched for even more money, with Caesar winning a race to 25 by 25 frames to 17. These two then played in a money match that was organized in Caesar's home country, that is Uganda, in 2024, early in there. As we wait for network to solidify in the YouTube stream, the Facebook stream is okay. The YouTube stream will be getting better shortly, guys. The rest to 21 for $2,000 US. That is in Kampala. Was won by Jerry by 21 frames to 20. Then 4 days later, they rematched for $4,000 US in a lengthened race to 25. And that long race was won by Caesar by 25 frames to 10. There was a tour of Caesar to South Africa. The two faced off in 2024 in Johannesburg. That was the following year. They faced off twice in sessions. Both of them were won by Jerry. There was a match between the two in a 12-man comp that was organized right as an aftermath of the Timbuktu International Competition in Eldoret in Kenya last year. The comp was won by Caesar. They faced off in the semi-finals, and Caesar defeated Jerry to become champion. They faced off in the semi-finals of the Grand Mchana in Nairobi, in Kenya, in 2024. The comp was won by Caesar. He as well had defeated Jerry in the semis in a race to 7 by 7 frames to 2. He's not led by 2 frames. He has only led by 1, actually winning the first frame, making it 1-0. But now he's on the verge of taking a 2-frame lead and sponsoring the silence. That is at Hot Shots. The business end of the match has the Ugandan Scorpion lead by 18 frames to 16 against the South African Bulldozer in a race to 21. The biggest humiliation that Jerry has gotten over Caesar was early last year. That was 2025. They met here in Durban. A race to 25 it was. It was the first time I saw someone scoring 11 green apples in the same match. Jerry defeated Caesar bigly, impressively by 25 frames to 10. It is now Jerry's turn to try and mount a comeback. If I am not mistaken, Caesar has won the last 7. Sorry, he has won 7 of the last 8 frames, because Jerry was leading by 15 frames to 10. Since then, Caesar is on 18. Jerry stuck on 16. It will be a very painful defeat if Jerry does lose this match.
Mike.
For the reason that he has been leading for the big majority of the play. Also the fact that he has his better half giving him the moral support, seated around the table. Most especially against the guy with whom Jerry has got the best round of victories in sessions as this. Three victories in many matches that Jerry has defeated Caesar in South Africa. He has also gotten the chance to beat Caesar in a $2,000 money match in Kampala, Caesar's home country, Uganda. Though the following day there was a rematch of action that saw Caesar coming out victorious anyway. And after Caesar winning the last two frames on timing, after the two players asked for timeout, it looks like Jerry is winning the very next. He's pulling one back. He's treating us to a match that could more than likely end on the wire. And we'll be potting black to the corner pocket bottom of the screen. Every time he'll be playing, every time he'll be potting, every time he'll be sinking the black in, you will have all the noise to him. He leads by... Sorry, it is Caesar still leading, but the lead is cut. It is Caesar 18 and Jerry 17.
The Kalanganda engine is so big for a white bike. Come on, Jeremy, man. Your engine is so big, man. You can't ride with bicycle. You're running along. Yeah. Come on. Come on, Jeremy. What is now? Make it work. Oh, it's okay. Make it work. Make it work, Kanakana. Make it work. Anywhere how. Make it work.
Yeah, watching non-stop action. There's a certain Mr. Aiden Joseph who is having a break, having a rest, watching this one only perhaps online, awaiting the winner of this match to rest to them to 21, now to determine who of the two will be taking home the $6,000. Remember, it's only winner takes all between Jerry and Caesar.
Shut me down!
The chance is for the Scorpion to regain a 2-frame lead, in which case if he did, he will as well need to win 2 of the remaining 4 frames. Perhaps if he were to finish off the reds and the black, now there is a problem ball of all he has gotten to play, and that will be the black because it is touching the yellow close to the side pocket on the right. And every time that Caesar will be queuing, he will be having that ball in mind. How good will this cue ball be? And it is intentional to leave a cut between red and the yellow, which is touching the black, for him to cut red to the corner pocket top left, and then cue ball to be played into the yellow and black, just like that. Very good queuing from the Scorpion. The rest is a formality, perhaps the better shot of the match for the Scorpion to come within 2 for the victory with a frame opening shot that will go down memory lane as one of the highlights of this match. Chandiga Caesar 19, Jeremiah Naido 17, race to 21 for a place against Aiden in the final.
table 11.
Keruche, microphone yako iko wapi? Ona huyu. Jilete.
A maximum
Kidogo.
It is the only time in the match that you get a feeling that the Ugandan is now starting to become the favorite. He has mounted such a very brilliant comeback. Be reminded, he was once down by 15 frames to 10. Since then, he's just lost 2, winning 8 out of 10, being a much better player in the last 45 minutes of play. If Jerry doesn't win this frame, realistically speaking, winning 4 frames in a row will be something. Caesar plays himself out of the cue ball in this case. Cue ball so close to the red that he intended the yellow, so close to the red that is close to the yellow in which he intended to play the cue ball. Guys, you're watching a 4-man comp coming to you live. For myself, Peter Cheve, live streaming from Hot Shots, Tonga Town, Durban, South Africa. An effect of the All Africa Pool Championships, the event that united all these players from 12 countries, majority of the countries being represented even in this match, because yes, players from Zambia, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Eswatini, South Africa, Uganda are watching this match at the venue, and they did really travel. It is some distance from the heart of Durban city to the town of Tonga. It's about 30 minutes away, driving relatively fast, because using Uber or Bolt or InDrive or anything. The public transport here is quite good and quite flexible. This is Jerry trying to do something special here. Win 4 before Caesar can win 2. Perhaps he could, but we'll need one more special shot. Maybe the red that is a little distant from the yellow is the one he will be trying to play. If he plays the one close to the white, it will be quite unique. Maintaining cue ball, he pots, trusts his ability to have a ball on target. All he did was ensure that he pots. Now he wants to ensure that he pots as well. It is in, cue ball close to the black. He may be unfortunate here. Jerry is snookered. One of those moments when you do your best, you ask yourself, really, what could I have done more? Of course, it was the sharp cut of the previous red. Control of the cue ball was always difficult, if possible. Off the cushion, Jerry finds the black, but doesn't pot. Plays it close to the pocket. I still think this is advantage Caesar. If Caesar wins 2 more frames here, it will be the first time that he will be beating Jerry in Durban. For almost all the matches that they have played in South Africa sessions, they have been won by Jerry. The times that Caesar has beaten him in sessions were in Tanzania, in Uganda, in Kenya. They played in Zimbabwe. Jerry won. He's the one player, Jerry, that has been making it very difficult for Caesar to have victory in sessions. Caesar is making light work, even amidst pressure, even amidst a bulldozer, amidst his fans, amidst Jerry's home ground, home table, home fans. Caesar is increasing the lead. The Scorpion on now 20. The Bulldozer on 17. 4 frames to go. Jerry must win them all or else succumb to defeat and exit from the $6,000 comp. Now for a little bit of history, I want to tell you that what Jerry is trying to do is possible for the fact that he has ever done it. A match that I was part of its organization that was played at a venue that is called Climax Bar, defunct in Kampala. Racing to 21 they were in Caesar's home city, Kampala. Caesar led by 21 frames to 17. Amidst celebrations from his fans, they thought it was done and dusted against Jerry. Jerry won an 18th and a 19th. He won a 20th and took the match to the decider, which he as well won. At that time, Caesar's management team was Jerry's management. 2 years later, how fast things can change. Jerry must do exactly that. There has been a miss. He, however, leaves the ball parked at the corner pocket. His fans have been played out of confidence. They know that Caesar is a very big name on the African continent. Many consider him the most lethal player on the African continent. Even though majority of the best players are from South Africa, they know that there is this Ugandan that can beat them anytime, any day. In fact, Caesar's manager of the day is South African. He has had about a 7-year history with Caesar. He's called Kubikan Mthembu. We just call him Mr. Cubes. And as well, guys, from wherever you're watching, please don't forget to like the video. That started off as action between Kelvin and Aiden is ending off as action between Caesar and Jerry. With Jerry now needing a relatively sharp cut of the yellow to the side pocket and then maintain cue ball for the next yellow to the corresponding side pocket. Now on the left, he may get himself snookered. He is not. He's having a lot of pressure, a lot of nerves, can no longer afford to lose a shot, lose a frame, miss a ball. Otherwise, if he does, he loses the competition and loses $6,000. But not yet, guys. The Bulldozer is winning frame number 38. Jerry 17, Caesar 20, rest to 21, 3 frames to go. Caesar needs 1, Jerry needs all. Bareshandu, you're asking when the finals are. After this match, these guys may rest for 10-15 minutes. Whoever will win, Aiden is waiting for them right after. So after the match, you may keep charging your gadget for the next 10-15 minutes, and thereafter, it will be the final. It is that simple.
XO1RYZN. The car is burning, guys. Please move it quickly before it burns the other cars.
Can you say something about that? Send him home same time.
You are watching the last moments of action between Jerry and Caesar racing to 21, with Caesar leading by 20 frames to 18 in the heart of Durban, Jerry's birth city. He really needs this, Jerry. Not only, of course, for the chance to win the comp, the money, but also the chance to make Durban proud. Although the crowd is entirely South African, their guy is simply Jerry. In fact, when on the opposite table Kelvin was playing against Aiden, it was Aiden winning frame after frame, but the fans were caring very less. All they need is this. They want a South African to win, but that South African must be Jerry. He's the best player in KwaZulu-Natal. And someone is asking on the Facebook comment section how much the winner of this comp will be winning. 100,000 rands. I'll be telling you, it is the equivalent of $6,000 US. Can I tell you how worth it is in my own currency? If you promise me that you will not laugh at me, someone tell me in the comment section. I'll be telling you who the winner will be walking away with in my own local currency.
Now show him one of them. Show him who the boss is. Show him who the man. Look at that. Come on, take it. Come on.
Okay, I will answer you. It is approximately 22 million Uganda shillings. But promise me that you don't laugh at that. Let's just take it that the winner is walking away with 100,000 rands. Now there has been the opportunity for the Scorpion to come one step closer to that. He has a perfectly poised yellow's frame. And then the black. With 5 of them to go, with 1 of them gone. I'm not so certain why he played all that power on the cue ball. He may want to play now one of the reds, play the cue ball into one of the yellows. The pot is very important of a ball. I'm forced to think that the manipulation of the cue ball for another is now even more important. He has sight of the yellow that is rightwards of the 2. His intention is to roll it to the corner pocket top left. Maybe the cue ball to be played into the one packed. Maybe it is the only way to pot a ball here. He has lost his pattern. He has sight of the yellow, but I don't think it is sight of it to pot it. If he plays the top spin cue ball into the one set, he will be good to go on in business. It's a very narrow miss. The bulldozer survives. Matches between players of this level are decided by very thin margins. The piece of history that Caesar is trying to create is to try and beat Jerry for the very first time in Durban. Here comes Jerry playing one big snooker here. It is being uploaded by the fans as though he has spotted the ball. If Caesar finds the yellow which is packed in near the side pocket on the left, Jerry should count himself as good as gone. Off the cushion, into the yellow, it is a foul. And the fans chant, "Come on, Jerry." He needs a very effective free shot. Jerry being Jerry, it is just one thing he has on his mind: finish the frame, need to win 2 in a row, make it realistic that he can make Durban proud. Should he win this match, Jerry, I want to believe it will be the most special of all the victories that he would have gotten over Caesar. He's choosing to play Caesar's yellow to pot it for a free shot. You wouldn't blame him. Maybe he's deciding that while he wants to win, he will not want to win the frame just yet. He's again losing the cue ball, Jerry. That was quite complacent. Maybe it is the pressure at the end of the day. With the option to pot the red at the corner pocket on the right, maybe even play it not to pot. He's going for perhaps the pot. You wouldn't fault him for playing not to pot. He's choosing to deny Caesar easy cue ball to pot the yellow. And I know that Caesar will be tempted to try and play the yellow off the cushion. But maybe whether he pots it off the cushion, he won't be having cue ball for black. He may want to try and put it to that side pocket where there is the black off the cushion. So what he's trying to do, he almost potted black instead. There we go.
Use your skill. Come on, Jerry. You got the skill.
Now, I was streaming and commentating on a match between Jerry and Caesar 2 years ago in Kampala. At the time, it was the most watched match in the history of African pool, at least live online, with 6.6K watching it at the same time on the Facebook page that is having this stream. When it was 20 frames to 20, when the match was in this kind of situation, Jerry played safeties 4 times in a row. He then told me the following day that it was the first time ever that he was playing 4 safeties in the same frame. He has now just played 3 in a row. It points to how much he really wants to win this match, but by first winning this ongoing frame. Maybe he has made up his mind that finally this is it. Enough of the waiting. Raise the cue ball into the dead red. Moves it closer to the side pocket in a position where it is set. With one thing in his mind, go for the frame and go for it once and for all. Now needing to pot it, cue ball may have to bounce off 3 cushions. He instead plays with precision. Playing by connection, in my opinion, is risky. To play red into the other, he may play the one that is close to the cue ball, to the red black. Sorry. Wanting to put another red to the same corner pocket with the top spin, he may want to play the cue ball into the yellow behind the black. Oops. He goes for back spin. He has sight of the black and he sinks it in, and the cue ball is safe, and Jerry wins yet another. The bulldozer 19, the scorpion 20. This is the last time that Jerry is breaking in this frame. If he wins it, then Caesar will be breaking. The last wish will be a decider. The break, however, is dry. And the cue ball is touching one of the reds. What Caesar will need here, I just think, is just to make a ball. Just to close the table. Fair enough for the reds. Fair enough for the yellows to try go for the frame with a red apple that will put him in the final. Closes the table. Caesar now playing the reds. He will need all the composure that has won him competitions in South Africa, in Kenya, in Tanzania, in Uganda, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Morocco. Becoming the darling of the sport on the African continent, just to win one frame out of two in the more competitive of the two semi-finals that we are having in this straight knockout 4-man comp. It is looking tricky just a little. Of course, because of that red that is close to the yellow near the side pocket on the left. Also consider the red that is so close to the black. The others are there for the taking. Him and now want to put this one by bank to the side pocket on the right, and it's in. Moves the cue ball close to yet another. Disadvantageously, Caesar has gotten one red to be touching the yellow near the corner pocket bottom left, but it can still go in my opinion, and moves the cue ball closer to the three reds, which are all at the bottom side of the table. The one that is touching the yellow is clearly the one that he will be potting now. He may want to draw the cue ball backwards, play it into the other red that is touching the black. I just guess. I just anticipate. I am wrong. He simply pots to maintain sight of one of the reds that is touching the black. It is portable to the diagonal corner pocket, top right of the screen. In the same shot, play a little bit of top spot, maybe cue ball into the black to create space to put the last red to the side pocket on the right, simply to avoid himself getting snookered. Plays and misses. Maybe the pressure is trying to catch up with your viewers. Maybe the fans. Maybe the pending comeback from Jerry, who now has the table to himself. He's played and won a very hard-fought frame, Jerry. If he wins this, which is what he's trying to do, then we shall have a decider. Here we go, dear viewers. Jerry has just that one problem ball, and not so much of a problem ball, the one that is topwards on the table. The other four, consider them gone. To play again with a little backspin, just a little efficient. The two yellows that are close to the cue ball will be the ones that will be potting next to corresponding corner pockets, bottom left and bottom right. Starting to see some light at the end of the tunnel is the bulldozer. Hugely in trouble is the scorpion. If he wins this frame, the crowd will become even more loud, more fired up, more energized, more boosted, more ambitious, with more belief that Caesar will not be defeating them in Durban for what will be the very first time in his career. He may get himself snookered. Jerry, ladies and gentlemen, is snookered. It is now my opinion that that must have been the turning point of the match. I think this is the time that Caesar takes the match away from Jerry. Unless Jerry does something uniquely bizarre, not only find one of the yellows, but also put it at the same time. He aims for the one to be potted to the center pocket on the left, finds it, but misses, and gives the cue ball almost away as a gift to the Scorpion to finish one frame. That will confirm another race against Aiden for 100,000 South African rands. Dear viewers, after the miss by Jerry, there is even a bigger miss by Caesar. Drama in the second semi-final. It is done, dear viewers. We will be having this end in a decider. But the circumstances in which the decider is coming, I just can't believe my eyes. That Jerry got himself snookered almost when it was impossible for him to get himself snookered given the position of the balls in relation to his capability. Caesar did even worse, missing the easiest ball in the entire match. Now granting chance for Jerry to put the yellow and black to set up a decider. And he surely will. The bulldozer versus the black to the bottom corner pocket for 2024. A decider for a chance to take on Aiden. And ladies and gentlemen, Jerry 20, Caesar 20. The players will be having a handshake for one final time to play out one final frame for the victory. Guys, maybe it's the commentators cast. This has happened in Kampala 2 years ago, racing to 21 for $2,000 US. Caesar led by 17 frames to 20, lost the next three. The decider was won by Jerry. This time round, he has gotten to make a ball on the break. The split of the balls will not be in the favor of either of the players. I want to believe that perhaps Caesar will want to go for the yellows. If he sinks in this yellow diagonal into the corner pocket, that will be the table closing shot. Goes for the reds instead. I thought it were the yellows. He's going for the reds. Now the tempting shot is spot the yellow that is near the side pocket on the right. Sorry, it is the red with a little top spin, with a little cut of it. The cue ball is played into the yellow that is touching the red. Perhaps played into the red that is touching the yellow near the side pocket, the corner pocket that is bottom left. Once again, put red. Move the cue ball into another red that is touching the yellow. Instead